I love Ghibli films. It all started with My Neighbor Totoro. I watched it over and over again. I didn't want to watch anything else. I think it drove my mother a little crazy. But then little me found out that there was more than one Studio Ghibli movie. And then I started watching more and more and more of them. And I've been watching them ever since. I had fallen completely and hopelessly in love with Hayao Miyazaki's art. And those wonderful stories that painted so many powerful emotions. But one story has always held a special place in my heart. Kiki's Delivery Service. I adore everything about this film. The music, the settings, the captivating tale of a young witch's ups and downs as she tries to find her own small place in a great big world. And of course, I love all of the characters. Right? Alright, no. No, I don't. And I get it. I'm about to be hung upside down by my toenails in Chuckle's tickle chamber for daring to voice his opinion. But Kiki's mom is kinda trash, and my least favorite Studio Ghibli character. Hold it, listen first. I have a really good reason for this opinion, I promise. And of course, put your own thoughts down in the comments below. I love to hear them. Now, let's get on to why I hate Kiki's mom so much. Reason number 1. Kiki's mom didn't teach her anything. Listen, she knew this journey was coming up, that when Kiki turned 13, that she was going to be expected to leave home and try to find a place for herself in the great big world all by herself, and all of the challenges that she was going to potentially face along the way because she did the same thing. Her mother also went on a witch's journey when she turned 13. She knew what her daughter was in for, and she prepared her for none of it. She just gave her a new dress that Kiki didn't even like, alright? She said, well, I feel kind of dumb, Mom. I hate the color of this dress. And guess what her mother said?
Witches have worn this color for a very long time, Kiki.
Let me translate that in the context of this situation. I had to suffer, and so now do you. So she makes her an old-fashioned dress in a color that she thinks is ugly, and then, woo, throws her daughter out of the house to fend for herself. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but where I come from, that's called child abandonment. But let me play the devil's advocate here. Let me just say, for argument's sake, that I understand that this journey is necessary, and that Kiki has to take it to become a witch. And that her mother, by pushing her out of the house and forcing her to go on this long, crazy journey, is doing what's best for her. I mean, she at least sent her with some extra money, right? Right? Wrong. She sent her with no money. Kiki had to bring her own money. Oh my gosh, she saved it up from a few summer jobs? That's not enough to support anybody for any amount of time. And don't tell me that Kiki's parents couldn't afford it. Look at them living in a nice, beautiful house in a nice, quaint village with a decent car, and the mother has a beautiful studio where she does her magic. BS. They could have afforded it. Kiki's mother just chose not to. But you want to know my biggest gripe of all? She didn't teach Kiki potions, which I believe is obviously a trait passed down from one witch generation to another in that family line. The chain is broken. An entire era of witches has ended, and the fault falls squarely on this lazy lady's shoulders. Kiki made flying work for her as a skill because it's the only thing she had. That's great! But what happens in like 50 years when everyone's got heckin' hoverboards? Oh, look, a witch with a broom. How lame. The 1950s called. They want their magic duster back. You know what that means? Kiki's descendants are going to have to give up being witches and become 7-Eleven workers because her mom dropped the ball. And I really don't even want to entertain her tired excuse of,
I've had no time to teach her how to mix potions like me.
That's nonsense. Absurd. Sheer poppycock. She's a stay-at-home witch. She's had 13 years to teach this girl the basic building blocks of potion making. And little kids are like sponges. All she had to do was pull up a stool and let Kiki watch. And then when the little girl asks, Mommy, can I help? You say, yes, Kiki, of course you can help. Here, Mommy will help you to help Mommy. Then you give little Kiki a little vial, and then you take her hand with your hand and help her pour a little bit of the juice into the cauldron, and then poof! Chemical reaction, potion made, mission accomplished. But no, she sent her little girl, who just turned 13, out into the world unprepared and without the tools she needed to thrive. The fact that Kiki was able to do okay for herself was a complete and total accident. It wasn't by design. None of this was. Unless, did Kiki's own mother want her to fail? Yes, I'm implying that Kiki's mother is a gas-lighting narcissist. I mean, it's like I said, she knows the struggles that Kiki's in for. She went on the same exact journey herself when she was 13. The only difference is she was equipped with a witch's trade passed down from her own mother that made the life that she had in the movie possible. She probably drifted down into that sleepy little town and became their go-to for medicinal remedies, good luck potions, and just about anything else you can think of. Her skills made her valuable to the community and endeared her to it. But what skills did she give Kiki to take out into the great big world? She can barely fly, the most basic of witch abilities. So what advice does Mommy Dearest send her daughter out into the wider world with?
Just follow your heart and keep smiling.
Yeah. It just makes me so grossly unhappy that she sets her daughter up for misery and tells her to smile through it. Gaslighting Central. Because if Kiki comes home early with her tail between her legs, that means that she didn't smile enough. That she couldn't tough it out like her better-than-you mother did. That her mother was able to carve out a place for herself in a brand new town, find a husband, settle down, have a kid, have a career, have a nice house, a nice garden, have it all. And Kiki, you can't, because you'll never be as good as dear old Mom. Roast over. I feel so much better now. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are those? No. Put down the pitchforks and the torches. We're all reasonable people here. Guys, we talked about this. No! Well, that's all I've got for you today, my starlings. If you liked the video, please give that like button just a little bit of love. And also, please subscribe. You know, if you want to keep me company. And speaking of love, I want to give some love to my wonderful, my fabulous Patreons. Yay! Arigatou gozaimasu, you're all so wonderful. And I want to give a special shout out to Gorshk, Caleb Short, and Ray099. Arigatou gozaimasu. You really are my superstars. And now, as for all of my starlings, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!